Hello folks, this is Lee Hoy with Big Ben Birding and Photo Tours, and I am going to show a video of how to remove a hummingbird feeder or another object from an image you don't want. And this is a follow-up to the Hummingbird Photography Simplified workshop I offered at the 2019 Davis Mountains Hummingbird Celebration here in West Texas. So, I want to go ahead and get started with you. I have shot this image of a male calliope hummingbird in my backyard using the Meet Your Neighbors photography style, where you see this nice clean white background. This style is done to help us focus on the individual itself, not just a species. And it kind of removes all the distractions. But obviously in this image, I've caught the calliope in a nice pose with the tail feathers spread. But I have this obtrusive hummingbird feeder. And here, Lightroom, which is where I do 99.9% of my work, the clone and heel is probably not going to handle this very well. It's just too big an area, and it's much easier in Photoshop. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right-click my image. I'm going to go up to Edit In. I'm then going to move over to Edit in Adobe Photoshop CC 2019 and click on that. Photoshop will now open with my image. And here you see, I already have the lasso tool selected. However, if I had another tool selected, I have a couple of options. I just click on it. I can right click, click lasso tool, or I can even hit the L key. Any of those will select the lasso tool, which is what we want. And then you see you have this selector here. And I'm gonna first do the upper part of the feeder, rough outline. I can draw off this grid here to make sure I capture the whole edge. And when I begin back, I can let go of the mouse and it will complete my polygon for me. At this point, I'm ready to replace this part of the feeder in the image. And if Photoshop does its job well, which it should, it will replace it with a completely clean white background. We're going to go up here to the main menu. We're going to click on Edit. We're going to scroll down till we see Content Aware Fill. We're going to click on that. And over here you'll see Photoshop doing its magic, and it replaces it very nicely. We're going to hit OK. Here you can see now the area I'd selected has been replaced with a white background. Now this area is a little bigger. We're going to select this area and we'll let it do that. Now I want to show you something that Photoshop does. Again, Edit, Content Aware Fill. Now this time it managed to do it just fine. It replaced the whole feeder. This grayed out area is the part of the image that Photoshop is using to make its selection for what it will replace it with. Occasionally, particularly when using a natural background or such, it might select part of the hummingbird, and you'll see a part of the hummingbird over here. In that case, you just take, here you see this basically eraser, and up here you can control the size, so we can make it much smaller. Now you see how small it is. But in this case, I don't need it real small. So we could just erase the hummingbird quite easily from consideration. If you want to get more detailed, we could come up here and reduce this and just eliminate the bill. And in this case, it doesn't make a difference, but this would be what you would do if for some reason Photoshop selected part of the hummingbird to replace over here in this Content Aware Fill. We will now click OK. Let Photoshop run its course. And what it's doing, now our file is ready to save. We're going to click File, Save, and now our image will be saved as a TIFF file in Lightroom, if that's what you've set in your preferences, which I have. So now I can close this image. I can close Photoshop. And we go back to Lightroom. We see that my edited and completed, oh, looky here. I think we missed just a hair. And for that narrow part, I am going to use the clone tool in Lightroom. I obviously messed up on my selection here a little bit. And should be good to go. There we go. We can check, yep, my background is completely white. And that image now is ready for social media or printing or whatever I'm going to do with it. So I hope that helps you understand how to remove hummingbird feeders or hummingbird poles or other objects from your image. Thanks and have a great day.